This young man was bigger than Wizkid. Yes, you heard me right. Bigger than Wizkid. It was supposed to be the next big thing. The one who would carry Nigerian music to the new era. He had the voice. He had the move. He had the songwriting skill that even legend wanted. But today, his name is almost forgotten, buried under the shadows of betrayal, bad contracts, and broken promises. This is a painful rise and fall of Mr. Mehdi. Stay with me because what you're about to hear will shock you. In this documentary, I'm going to be unveiling how P-Square and Jude Okoye destroyed the career of Mehdi due to greed and jealousy. My name is Prince Theophilus, and this is Fame and Fallout. To understand the story of Mehdi, let's go back to the very beginning. He was born Akimayokun Awodumila in Lagos, Nigeria, into a big family of 7. He attended the University of Lagos where he studied mass communication. Like many of us, Mehdi did not come from a rich home, but he had something strong inside of him, and that was the talent of music. He could dance, he could sing, he could write melodies from simple moments. In school, he was that boy that always moved to the beat, the one who could switch from freestyling to choreographing. Music was his comfort and the stage was his safest place. By the late 2000s, he had started recording his own songs. He learned how to control his voice, how to write music. Even though he had the gift, he developed it. But the Nigerian music industry is not a soft road. You need talent, you need money, you need network, and sometimes you need a miracle. As it is with every upcoming artist without fun, the beginning was tough for Mehdi. Every studio session costs money. Every video shoot will cost money. Even for radio stations to play your song, you need to pay because that era was not social media era. But Mehdi was a determined hustler. He kept trying his best. He kept trying to reach out to people, and he believed that one day everything would change. But he did not wait for things to change. He also believed that he needed to work towards that change that he wanted. So he sharpened his stagecraft. He was not only a singer, he was also a performer. He could turn any stage into a party. He understood music hooks, he understood movement, he understood energy. But he needed one big push, a platform that would take his sound from the street to the world. And very soon, that was going to happen. In 2008, Mehdi met with P-Square with the help of his friend Ile Ijo, this guy in Temptation Remix. Mehdi believed that this connection would change his life forever. Because at that time, P-Square was the biggest music duo in Africa and the most successful twins in the world. In fact, they were the top A-list artists. Even Wizkid, Davido, and many artists look up to P-Square. So, being an upcoming artist and meeting with P-Square at that time is like meeting with Burna Boy, Wizkid, or Davido of today. So, Mehdi was excited. He believed that his life was about to change. Being a gifted songwriter, before Mehdi met with P-Square, he had already mastered the art of songwriting. So he became an unofficial songwriter for P-Square, assisting them in writing melodies and ideas. P-Square was pleased with his skills. They wanted him to be close to them, and that was how he started living in the P-Square's house, but not in the main building. They asked him to live in the boys' quarter even though he was helping them to write songs. That is to say, Mehdi contributed to a lot of P-Square hit songs, especially the Invasion album. Mehdi wanted P-Square to sign him so badly, but P-Square told him that they didn't want to sign him. They just wanted to help him the same way they helped J Martins, Brackets, and others.
So initially, they didn't want to sign me. They were just like, let's just help you how we helped J Martins, how we helped Brackets. Okay. So when you do your thing on a platform, whatever you want to do with yourself, you can do that.
He stayed in their house for 3 years. Then in the 4th year, which was 2011, they helped him to release his first song ever, Soundtrack. That song was different, it was unique, and it caught the attention of many people. The song was so big that people started using it as their ringtone. It was played back to back on radio and TV stations, and that marked the real beginning of his music career. After that, in 2012, they helped him release his second track, Ile Ijo. So while P-Square were working on their Invasion album, Mehdi was already becoming a superstar. They promoted him so well, and every song they released for him, they shot a music video for him as well. Therefore, he was already trending as a celebrity. Mehdi also wrote this song, Do As I Do, for P-Square. Do As I Do was supposed to be his first single, but P-Square took the song from him and featured Tiwa Savage on it. According to Mehdi, he had no issue with that because he was so happy being with P-Square. But this is what Paul Okoye has to say about songwriting.
My dream, nobody has ever written a song for me. Nobody has even said, yeah. I don't know. I've never felt comfortable with people writing songs for me. I've never.
When the song soundtrack was making waves, Akon reached out to P-Square. He wanted to feature on the soundtrack song. But guess what? The Okoye brothers, P-Square and Jude Okoye, convinced him not to feature on soundtrack, but rather feature on Chop My Money. They didn't want Akon to feature on Mehdi's song. They wanted Akon to feature on their own song. So they convinced him to drop the idea of soundtrack and do Chop My Money instead, allegedly. Now, this is a twisted fact. People want to help you, but they don't want to help you above their level. P-Square wanted to help Mehdi, but they don't want Mehdi to rise above their level. That's why they did everything possible to make sure he stayed below them. Mehdi had hit songs, and he was a celebrity at that time. But even as a celebrity with hit song, he had nothing. In fact, to paint a better picture, Mehdi was bigger than Davido and Wizkid at that moment. When Davido started his music career, his father paid hotels to notify him whenever Davido checked in. If you heard the story of Davido before, his father doesn't want him to do music. So Davido went to Mehdi and said, you know what, I want to stay in your house for some time to hide from my father's problem. So Mehdi took Davido to his house, and guess what? Davido couldn't sleep there. Davido was like, bro, is this where you are living? And Mehdi said, yes, this is how I'm living. Davido was shocked because Mehdi's living condition was really bad.
Okay, you know the time David was running from his dad?
Yes.
When he came, so he asked me, I found out, that's in I said I go to sleep because my dad has sanctioned all the hotels in Nigeria. I cannot go there, they'll cast me. I said, okay, let's go to P-Square's house now. You can stay in my room. When David reached my room, David said, Mehdi, is this where you stay?
Yeah.
For real? Okay. No problem, I can't sleep here.
When P-Square dropped Chop My Money remix with Akon, they didn't want Mehdi to feature in the music video. In fact, they went to America for the music video shoot and they didn't want to take Mehdi along with them. But then, Akon did not show up. When they kept calling Akon, Akon said if Mehdi was around, they should let him know. This means Akon wanted Mehdi to be in that video so bad, and he also wanted to meet with Mehdi in person. So, because Akon insisted, they couldn't sideline Mehdi, so they paid for his ticket and took him to America. When they got there, Akon asked Mehdi, do you have any contact with P-Square? And Mehdi said no, because truly, he wanted a contract, but they never gave him one.
When I got to America,
Yes.
Akon told me, he called me to his office when we were shooting Chop My Money video. He said, guy, I don't want to tell you too many things, but I get many deals for you. When you get back to Nigeria, call me. This is my number. I'll book you a flight. You come back to America. You don't have any deal with these guys? I said, no. He said, I'm not going to say anything. When you get to America, I will talk.
Now, this is where Mehdi made the biggest mistake of his life that we will forever regret. Being a good person, Mehdi went back to P-Square and Jude Okoye and told them, he said, guys, you guys were the one that took him to America. This is what Akon told me, and I feel I need to tell you guys. In Mehdi's mind, these people are going to celebrate the news. But immediately he told them the news, the atmosphere changed. They were not happy with the fact that Akon wanted to sign him or Akon wanted to see him. So the next day, they offered him a contract. The same contract that he had been begging for all these years. Now, because Akon wanted him personally, they suddenly gave him the contract. Like I said, they wanted to help him grow, but they wanted him to be under them. They didn't want Mehdi to stand alone because they knew that this guy was talented, and if he can stand alone, he will be a big force. But for some reason, they didn't want him to stand independently. According to Mehdi, when he got close to P-Square, he was warned that these guys were selfish and they would not help him. But he told people that, listen, your experience with them is not the same with my experience with them. I'm a talented artist, and these people are the number one artists in the country, and I'm proud to be with them. So, Mehdi paid zero attention to the warnings, which he later regretted. Mehdi took the contract to his friends and lawyers. They read through it and they'd be like, these people are not offering you anything. You'll be with them for 4 years. What about the song you wrote for them? What about the track you recorded with them? Where is your share? What are they offering you? So Mehdi went back to P-Square and asked them, I've read the contract, but will there be any upgrade in my life? At least, even if it's moving from the boys' quarter to a room in the main house or something that will make me feel like a superstar. Since you are giving me contract right now, I feel I should know what I should be looking out for. And just like that, what was supposed to be a simple question became chaos. The Okoye brothers frowned at him. They were angry and they asked him just one question. Are you going to sign the contract or not? They were not ready to have any other conversation with him. They just wanted him to sign the contract, and that is all. And when Mehdi noticed that their mood had changed, he was confused, like, did I do anything wrong? And that was when everything went sour. Immediately after that meeting, P-Square released an official statement that Mehdi is no longer with Square Record, and the internet caught fire. P-Square said they gave Mehdi everything, but he was not appreciating it. That he wanted a house, a car, and more, just like P-Square. That news blew up on Twitter, Facebook, and other media platforms. But something happened. Mehdi did not come out to defend himself, so everybody believed that he was actually wrong. And then, P-Square did something that was very unfair. They went ahead and pulled down Soundtrack and Ile Ijo, the two songs they released for Mehdi from all streaming platforms. Why? Why not just let him keep the songs even if you don't want to sign him? Why not let him have the royalties? Why the wickedness? That was how the Okoye brothers, P-Square, ended the career of Mehdi. When Mehdi left, he tried to stand on his own with Confirmed Entertainment. He tried a lot of things, but the music industry had become very competitive. He needed big money to survive. Wizkid was under Banky W, who had money to push him. Davido, of course, had his own money to push himself. But Mehdi was just an independent artist with no sponsor. And then, Mehdi made another mistake. When he left P-Square, a lot of people reached out to him. In fact, record label wanted to sign him. Some people wanted to invest in him, but he said he didn't want to offend P-Square. Regardless of everything that happened to him, he didn't want to go against them, which in my view was very dumb. He could have moved on with his life. If Don Jazzy wanted to sign him, he could have allowed it. But Mehdi refused because he did not want issues with P-Square. In 2020, Davido announced that he had signed Mehdi to DMW. But as we all know, Davido doesn't run a standard record label. Most artists that Davido signed never really make it because Davido sees himself as the A-list artist that he is. The only artists that made it under Davido were Major Kun, Peruzzi, and few others. Even though Davido wanted to help Mehdi, it couldn't work. And unfortunately, that was how Mehdi's career started struggling. And that struggle continued until today. And this is what I think. Mehdi is people's pleaser. To be great in life, you need to not give a fuck what people say. Mehdi was so worried about P-Square that he couldn't live his life again. And today, who paid the price? It wasn't P-Square, but him. So if you are an artist or a creative, stand for what you want. Even if it goes wrong, give him for more opportunities. If Mehdi had allowed another record label to sign him, today, he will be more than what he is today. If you like stories like this, you might also like to watch the secret behind the split of P-Square. Click here to watch it right away. Or if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell button so you don't miss other amazing stories like this one.